Mhm.
All right, welcome back to Sidebar, second episode for the season. We've had our second week of THL. Lots of fun and exciting things happening. New meta. No nurse this week, hopefully. We can let it settle down a bit and see where it takes us. Joining me this week, I have Nubs returning from last week. Welcome. Deadmau5 in the house.
Right, nice to be back.
Yeah, good to have you on board. And joining me this week, we've got Tom Carter, all the way from South America. Welcome.
All the way from South America, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
We you have two of the world champions now,
That's
both
right.
Yeah,
members of
We've got the
multiplayers.
we've
former
got
wild
the
champions.
I introduced Nubs
Um,
last week as the reigning wild champion, and yeah, we've got
Mm-hmm.
two of the reigning wild champions this week. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sadly not a reigning champion, but you know things happen. There's always opportunities though. Like this is what we're all here for. We're all
Mm.
here to try and win another one. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we'll get started this week because we've got a lot to cover. Five series to covering again. And we're going to start with Player of the Week. So, Tom, I'll get you to read out a first Player of the Week from Legacy Series.
from the Legacy series, of course. So what we have is falling down to the second seed. Amazing Goo played his match this week. Prey, Warrior Nerf. That means that Gilead was being revived twice by Boom and by the station. This DHL newcomer was able to sweep game 2, 3, and 4, marking his first legacy win, putting himself back to the first seed and carrying Field Fire Festival to the first win as well. He has been an integral part of our team and is showing all the signs of a top tier player. As he battles to prove himself as a freshman first seed, expect to see great things from this player. That is what we got from their captain, who submitted this wonderful message as Player of the Week for Amazing Go.
Yes, I didn't record who the captain was, but that was my mistake on the show notes. But yeah, well done on Player of the Week, and yeah, thank you for the submission. Next up, Player of the Week for Hero Series. If you'd like to read that one out for me, Nubs.
Yeah. So we've got a THL veteran, a board member, and a stream operator, Supreme, that ended up getting this one. They're having a season to remember so far, and they've got a 3-1 win this week that secured the 14-12 for DOLA and put him at 2-0 for the season. So congrats, Saku, for that one for Hero.
Yeah, congrats to Saku on getting Player of the Week for Hero Series. All right, moving on to Pro Player of the Week. Tom, I'll get you to read this one off.
Of course, and we have in her first full THL Pro season, Empol has made a perfect start to the season, starting 2-0, and this has helped staff of the Five Doves with Copa to an 18-6 win this week, still on the hunt for the perfect Five Doves week.
Congrats to Ampol for winning Pro Player of the Week. And our final Player of the Week is for Wild Series. Nubs, I'll get you to read this one off.
Uh-huh. So coming off the bye, APM secured a close 15-13 win to open their account for the season. Could have been much different had this person not overcome a 0-2 start, reverse sweeping the Demon Hunter to win his match and the week. So congrats to MTG Squirrel. That was submitted by Bone Mashing.
Yeah, congrats, Squirrel. Congrats to everybody that won Player of the Week this week. Please get your nominations in, captains. We had to write a couple ourselves this week because we were lacking some nominations. So if you want to see your player on Player of the Week award, nominate them, reward them for their good week, and we'll get them on the show. All right, moving along, we're going to start things off again with Legacy Series. We've got our feature match this week is between McMarrins and Big W Esports. Nubs, do you want to tell us how this one went down?
Oh, wow. You can see 31 points in total to McMahon. So they're taking 13 this week. Many, many Paladin bans, but it looks like Poor Impol lost 3-1 to Turtle in the first seed, but 2-3-1 almost sweeps in the second and third seed to McMahon. Uh, 0-3 loss, unfortunately, to disagreement of Big W Esports for the fourth seed, but a 3-0 sweep in the fifth seed from Niems, I think, for McMahon's. Yeah, I'm not surprised seeing the heavy paladin bans is quite similar with last week's. Very heavy Death Knight brings as well. Not as many demon hunters. But yeah, a lot of paladins, a lot of Death Knight. Just yeah, pretty much how the meta is nowadays as well. But yeah, quite interesting to see that matchup. Um,
Did you have anything you wanted to add, Tom? So I can see in the legacy in the on McMahon side, so they've got three warlocks there. So I can see that BW Sports didn't bring warlock. They've definitely seen a little bit more warlock on ladder, especially towards the end of last week. A couple of insanity builds have
mm,
been prevalent on ladder, especially the new freeze one with the tourist. So interested to see
yeah.
if that sort of pops up a bit more next week. Only two shamans brought by McMarrans, which surprises me a little bit, but
Mm,
they got the job done without the shamans. So yeah,
yeah.
so looking good
Just
for them.
realized now all of Big W Esports brought Shaman actually, so that is quite the change. Yeah.
Yeah. Tom, were you able to read off the standings for Legacy Series? Can't hear you, Tom.
Might be the internet.
Oh, he's on mute. Okay, Tom might have had to step away, so I'll read off the standings for Legacy Series. So for Legacy, we
Mm,
have got in first place, we've got Justin on 35 points.
mm,
Dad Legend in second place on 32 points. McMarron's in third place on 31 points. Big W Esports in fourth place on 30 points. Fiddlefire Festival in fifth place on 28 points. The Dog 8 Hour team name on 27 points in sixth place. Hero Power on 22 points. And Standard THL Degenerates on 19 points in the bottom place. 19 points is still pretty good as well. Like so you're picking up some good points
mm.
per week, so still plenty of time to turn it around. Top four make playoffs. So yeah, every team's still in it so far. And in Red Conference, top spot is I'm Not Your Bouldering Buddy Pal or Friend. I'm Not Your Bouldering Buddy Friend, 38 points. The Stubbs on 37 points. Another Patches Mater on 30. Lethally Blind on 29 points. F2L White and Defias on 27 points. HS Legacy Team 22 and ET Cthulhu in 21 points in the final spot. Yeah, so both conferences still plenty of time to make playoffs, and no teams out of it at the moment. All right, I'm going to move across to Hero Series now. For Hero, we have got Defias versus F2L Black for the week. I'll keep covering off Tom until he's able to return.
Yeah.
Um, I'll read off the match. Actually, Dubs, do you want to tell us about this one? I'll get you to do it.
Yeah, no stress. We've got Defiance with F2L Black. Um, 13-11 with Defiance taking it home. We've got a sweep in the first seed to Y the Hunter and a 3-1 to Superhero. Um, Copa taking the 3-1 from Defiance for F2L and a 3-2 to the Real Allure and a sweep to Judo Chop of F2L against Defiance. Uh, yeah, we a lot more Death Knights as well in this one as well. There's a lot more Druids and Shamans that I'm seeing in this one compared to the Legacy matchups. Uh, but yeah, pretty Death Knight quite strong across the board. It seems.
Yeah, I think sort of the difference between Hero and Legacy is you can
Mm,
bring the matchups where you think you might be able to get a sweep. So Legacy,
yeah,
you sort of
yeah.
want decks that have got a good matchup across the board. Whereas Hero, you can
Mm,
bring some decks that have got a bit more skewed matchups, that way you can counter queue into your opponent's deck. So things like
Mhm.
Death Knight and Druid and Warlock, we're seeing a little bit more here. Um, and they also might have played
Mm.
later in the week, so we don't know what time in the week that they played as well. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
Death Knight definitely popular in this matchup, and
Mhm.
Defias getting a close one as well. I
Yeah, yeah.
believe um, Defias won the final last season as well, so they've moved along to 2-0, so still doing well.
Mhm.
And F2L had a tie. We covered them last week as well. They had a tie last week, so
Mm.
another close matchup here.
Yeah.
Um, I'll read off the standings. So in Hero Series, the important thing to look at for Hero and when we look at Pro as well is we've got buys in those series. So when we look at the standings, you want to look at the points per week column, the PPW. There's a couple of teams there have had a buy. So they're not going to be high on the points because they've already had their buy. But if you look at the points per week, that'll tell you sort of where teams are sitting. So in first place, having had the buy, is yet another premium mountain. They're on 20 points per week. Defias are on 32 points at 16 points per week. Department of League Administration on 31 points at 15.5 points per week. Mr. La Vista Baby on 13 points per week at 26. F12 Black at 12.5 points per week on 25. Ita Yashaj on 21 points at 10.5 points per week. And bottom of the table, having had a buy, but bottom of the table still, Alternative Pet Merchants on 10 points per week. All right. Yeah. So one of the teams has had the buy on the top. One of the points has had the buy on the bottom, and that's my
Mhm.
team. Unfortunate. All right.
Happens.
We'll move along next to Pro Series. I'll get you to talk about this one again, Nubs. If you want to read off
Yeah.
how this match went.
Oh wow. Quite a lot of almost sweeps to a possible miscalculation. That's an APM team going 16-7 against Washed Up. Got the 3-1 to Spine, I think it is.
Yep.
Another 3-1 to Cable M, and the first and second seeds. We've got a sweep on the third seed from Dagda, and a reverse sweep, not a reverse sweep, sorry, a sweep to Bone Masher of Washed Up with the 3-0, and then back 3-1 to Super Center of APM. Um, yeah, a lot of DKs still. Rainbow DK seem pretty strong, and a lot of druids and paladins in this as well. And again with the priest and even shaman, two majors have popped up, so that was a bit of a surprise. But yeah, otherwise overall quite strong decks.
Yeah, this was a good win for the APM team
Mm.
that I'm not playing for. I'm not playing for APM in
Yeah.
Pro this season. I'm playing for another
Yeah.
team, and lost. But yeah, they had a good
Yeah.
win this week. And not a lot of. They had some really good matches where they closed them out. Well, they didn't allow us to get to 2-2 in those games to sort of
Mm.
try and get that game five. But yeah,
Yeah.
sort of did us a number this week. So and I think that Harmless Dogs APM team made finals last season, and they started really well
Mm.
with winning 8 of their 10 matches.
Yeah.
And up to 38 points, so they had a good start to the season. Tom, was there anything you wanted to add to this one?
Uh, no, I was looking here at the decks. Mostly, they seem to be very organized, as Doves was saying. A lot of rainbow DK, making sure that that is one of the strongest decks. We also show Handbuff as one of the popular choices, and also Serimi Priest, which is
Mm.
also really strong across of the board deck for the series. So it seems that
Mm.
they knew what they were doing, and it paid off because, well, what a score.
Indeed. Yeah, Elemental Mage on the other side, not doing so much
Not too
after
strong. Yeah.
after the nerfs as well. So probably not
Yeah.
um, didn't get the job done this week. So we'll see what people bring next week. But probably not expecting to see much Elemental decks moving forward, not unless they change the buffs on cards. I think. All right, Tom, do you want to read off the standings for Pro Series?
Of course, let me get this here. boy oh boy, it is a large table. So we have at the top F2L with 48 points. Of course, we have only one conference, the pink one. Then we have Staff of the Five Doves with 40 points. We have the Turbo Tourists with 39. Cheesemongers United also with 39. A Possible Miscalculation with 38. Brushituna with 35. Opportunistic Pro Players with 25. Hearthstone Queens with 19. ET Yoxaron with 18. Washed Up with 17. Ada's Leader with 11. Imp Osters with 10. And last but not least, lethally blind with 5 points. Of course, this is still a score that can change. Duel has 19 points still on the table. Staff of the Five Dogs 3, Turbo Tours 19, um, up until Brushituna, all those teams, Cheesemongers, Possible Make Escalation, also have 19 points on the table. And from opportunistic pro players to washed up, that's Herson Queens and E.T. Yoxaron as well, 23 points, with Impostors and Lethal Blank also with 23 points up on the table. And lastly, Ada's Leader, sorry, I read it out of order, but they also have 19 points on the table up to them.
Yeah, we've got 6 of 13 teams making playoffs this season, so still a lot of weeks to go. But the teams that have started at the top there certainly put on a good amount of points there. The 22 through to 19 points per week for those top 4 teams is definitely a good start to the season. So well done to those teams. We're going to move along to
Definitely.
Duos series now. So Duos is our series where teams are playing in pairs. Got quite a few pairs playing with 20 teams this season across 4 conferences. So we've picked up, I picked out a match to talk about this week. And Tom, do you want to tell us about this is how chickens would wear pants if chickens wore pants versus Hustle and Copa go to Owl's Island?
Of course. So we have this is how chickens would wear pants if chickens wear pants. That is one of the, if not the longest name I've seen in DHL in a long time,
Thank you,
which
Marty
is,
B.
thank you, Brushy Tuna will run Mexico against Hustle and Copa, uh, go to Alts Island, which is Copa and Hustle. Brushy Tuna and Run Mexico brought Agro Paladin, Serimi Priest, Evolve Shaman, and Insanity Warlock. And Copa and Hustle brought Agro Paladin, Rainbow Shaman, and Insanity Warlock. Looking at the other DK, I believe it is Rainbow. Yeah, it is Rainbow. For some reason, it says other. Um, Ron and Tuna banned the DK, and Copa and Hustle banned the Warlock, winning 3-1. This is how chickens were with wear pants if chickens were pants. Winning 3-1 against Hustle and Copa goes to Out Island. Was this match picked because the names are so extremely long?
I may
Um,
have picked this one because the names are so long. I'll try and pick
it
the
would
short ones next
it
time.
would
And
Love
seem
a
that
tongue twister, don't
next
we?
week it's going to be like Bop versus whoever they're playing, I think.
Oh my god.
Bob, yeah, Bobby, Bob is
Just
a name
Bob.
I can
If
stand behind. Bob.
If Bop is playing purple, I'm definitely picking that one.
Oh my god.
But yeah. So the name, the really long name team won against the other long but not as long name team, 3-1. Um, I believe positioning themselves in the conference as the ones with the most points, right?
Yeah, they're
Looking
both
at
from
that correctly.
Turquoise. They're both from Turquoise Conference. So
Hmm.
yeah, they both had a win first week, and they're still both sitting at the top of Turquoise. So 2 teams from
Yes, they are
Turquoise will
currently
go through. 2 teams from each conference go through. So they're both sitting in a decent spot at the moment. All right, Nubs, do you want to talk
yeah.
us through the conferences and tell us who is at the top of each conference and yeah, and talk us
Yeah,
through.
sure thing. With the Indigo Conference, we've got Death Hunters and Bot both at 8 points at the top of the conference at the moment. Got Super Duo Bros at 4 points. pilot program at 2 points, and the abusement park at 0 at the moment. Um, Over to the Maroon Conference, we've got starting at Bros Volume 1 and Blue Noses both at 8 points. We've got Dog and Bone at 6 points, Don Hancho at 5, and Cthulhu at 0. Bronze Conference, we've got Burnouts at 8 points, Bone Block at 5, Purple and Frosty Dew are both at 4 points, and Dos Cabras at 2 points. Over to the Turquoise Conference, Insanely Weird Chicken Name at 8 points. Hustle and Copa go to Owl's Island at 5 points, Washed at 4 points, Grumpy Cats at 2, Super Paradox Bros or Tom's team at 1 point. The moment. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, we'll try not to have "This is how chickens would wear pants if chickens wore pants" on again, just for the just for the length
Chicken
of the
team.
name. But yeah, again, thank you to Marty for that team name.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a surprise segment in the middle. Last week we had guess the card. We're not doing guess the card this week. We are doing another one that I did in Sidebar previously, which is called Questions Without Notice. All right.
Oh no.
Questions Without Notice is when I come up with some questions. I usually have some prepared, but this week I've been awfully busy with work and I haven't got anything prepared, so I'm just going to ad lib it and go with it. Questions Without Notice. Some will be about Hearthstone, some will not. Let's start with what are the top 5 songs or top 3 to 5 songs on your Spotify playlist? What do you like listening to? Let's go, Nubs.
Oh my god. This is a nightmare for me because I'm like, which playlist?
Oh
um,
God, no.
If you could
no.
recommend 3 artists to listen to,
Yeah.
who would you listen to? Who would you recommend?
Oh my gosh. I'm like, do I gatekeep? No. um, at least lately, because Dice has come out with a new album. They're an Australian indie band. I've been listening to them a lot more. Nero has also come out with a new album, so that's more of my Dead Mouse side of things. Of me as an EDM enjoyer and a house music enjoyer. There is that. I've had there's a New Zealand band called Wet Denim. They've had a couple singles come out, and I've been jamming them a bit as well. Um, been also Royal Otis, which is a Australian band. I think it's four, right? There's Royal Otis is another indie Australian band I've been jamming currently, and yeah, also Charlie XCX. Just kind of going back to Brat a little bit, just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh,
I expect
put
you
me
to
on
be.
the spot.
You need to post all of these in the THL music channel.
Oh my gosh.
Make sure you post all those recommendations in there so that people can go out and check those out. Tom,
Oh, I yapped plenty about it, so don't you worry. But I will post it as well.
Tom, what do you recommend? What you got? Anything you listen to at the moment?
Oh God, I'm so on the spot.
That's the idea of of the
Yeah,
segment.
no, but like, no, I got you. So let me think. Um, One song I cannot get out of my mind is "Espresso" by Sabrina Carpenter. Like,
Oh my
I,
goodness.
I'd be like doing the thing, like doing washing the dishes or whatever, like you know, doing the thing, and you're like,
Washing the dishes. Okay.
doing the dish. Yeah, why not? And you're like, it is me espresso. And you're like, what am I doing? But it's just a bop. That song is really good. Um, an artist that I recommend because I listen to a lot of meme music. Um, Sometimes I don't
Uh-huh.
take my test seriously. Talking about Australian artists is Tom Carly, um,
Yes.
another
Great
Tom,
comedian.
great
You got to
comedian.
support your fellow Toms, right?
Exactly, and I really like a song he has with another comedian, which is Brian Gibbler, which is "Beautiful Mind," which is such a bizarre song as all of them are with Tom Carly. I've been listening to also a lot to the KDA album that came out like I believe 3 years ago.
League of Legends enjoyer.
League League music it's still good. Don't play the game. Don't play the game. But
Respectable.
the songs are good. I like who those are. KDA did a really good job. Then we have classics like Glass Animals.
Oh
Heat
yes,
Waves
the
is
new
just
album. Mhm.
not even the new album, the Heat Waves, and the other one, which is became a meme for the movie, the Pixar movie, I believe.
Yep.
And then we have, there was another artist that I had in mind, and I believe that I forgot about it.
No.
Siames, or Siames, which is really weird. They are doing a tour in now South America. I may go watch them. They are an Argentinian band that I believe reside in France, but they sing in English.
Mm.
Okay.
And they are very popular. You may have seen The Wolf, which is one of their, it is, I believe, their most well known song. Um, so, yeah, a lot of meme indie, um, unknown, and then Sabrina Camperter and Glass Animals, because that's what I listen to. Sorry,
Mm.
I'm all over the spectrum.
Yeah, that's good. I like to ask people about what they listen to because I have like a playlist of things that I listen to, and I probably don't like review it until like 8 years later, and then I've been listening to the same music, and then like even some days, like I remember there was one day I had like I really needed to concentrate on work. I have music on in the background. I don't really listen to the music; it's just there as to block everything else out. So one day I really needed to concentrate, so I had Brother Man Bill on loop for 8 hours.
Oh my goodness.
And
I feel you.
I got so much work done. It was great. If it, I've actually got like a 10 hours of Brother Man Bill on loop on YouTube.
I
I
know
can
the
send
link. Yeah.
anyone that listens to this alive or after the show. If you want the link on YouTube, I can send it to you. Just send me a DM. You doesn't disappoint.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, yeah. Brother Man Bill enjoys unite. But yeah, I'll
I've
definitely
got it stuck in my head now.
post your actual music recommendations that you talked about, and I might check them out because I probably need some new music actually. So yeah.
Mm.
All right, we're going to move along out of the music discussion back into Hearthstone. So we've got
Mhm.
Wild and Outback, something that the three people on the show here should know a little bit about, especially the ones that have won, not me, Wild Series for THL. We're going to cover off a match this week, which was my team this week. So I will get Nubs. Can you tell us what happened
Mhm.
in this matchup?
Oh, looks like we've got I Am Shape taking a 15-point victory over Worgen Grease's 13. We've got the game 5 win to Maxibon with 3-2. Bone Masher taking a 3-1 win against Egades, the second seed. Got a game 5 win to MTG Squirrel against Uriel. Got a 3-1 win to Zane Stir. Um, not entirely saying that right. And a game 5 win to Grim Blazer of Organ Greasers in the fifth seed. A lot of aggro priest bans on both sides, being the major thing that is banned. A lot of pirate DH brings and a lot of aggro priest and null rogue brings. Not surprising at all. Got three warriors in there as well. I've got Mechathune warrior sneaking in as well, which seems Grimblaze at one with as well. Warsong Warrior in there and Control Warrior as well. Warrior being the outlier in the matchups this week, not one of the main ones. We've got XL Egg Hunter, which is one of Tom's decks that's still in the Wild series. Very strong deck as well. Um, but yeah, only two Druid brings, but they both seem to be doing quite well, both on the 3-2 wins side of things.
Yeah, both of the Druids won there this week. Tom, did you have anything for this match? Comment on the brings or things brought that you didn't expect or would expect?
Yeah, it seems that, so we said that the expansion didn't do much for Wild, and that is half true. It did um, revive or revised a lot of aggro things, and you can see this a lot of that on this week. I believe that's going to calm down on this week. I mean, prior week. That's why we are looking at four Pirate the Age, and I believe there is another four Agro Priests. Um, we even have Pirate Shaman. Like a lot of things were like, oh, what if we just vomit stats on the board? But I think that that's just the hype is going to calm down a little bit. But like it's really impressive to see that in a sort
Mm.
of unexpected way. What the new expansion brought was aggro, which is new, quote unquote, because we are most used to combo being the thing that always pops up whenever new sorry
Mm.
new cards are involved.
Yeah, it sort of aggro sort of got to the point where you thought that it can't really get much faster, and then they brought out more aggro
Mm.
cards, and
Yes,
especially
aggro joys
especially in
unite.
DH. DH was sort of fringe playable last expansion. Actually there was more of a sort of the quest and getting out the brutes early. I think I saw that a couple of times, but yeah, the pirate package in Demon Hunter's definitely taken it to a different line than where it had been previously.
Definitely with and without the terrorists.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm.
All right, Tom, do you want to take us through the table for Wild Series?
Of course. So for the table, we have. Let me get this
And
here.
looking at the points per week as well, because we have buys in Wild.
Yes, we had, I believe, stuff for the five doves with a buy. We have Sunbro Shakers with 42, Wild THL Fanatics with 39, F2L Viridian with 37. Fun fact, I am now playing for this team. I'm sorry. You either die a hero or live enough to become a villain. I will stand
True,
behind
true.
that. Then we have Staff of the Five Doves with 23. We have I Am Shape with 20, Working Greasers with 18, and last but not least, E.T. Nasaf with 7, which makes the points per week. We have Shakers with 21, Wild THL Fanatics with 15.5, F2L with 16.5, Staff of the Five Dove with 23. I believe that is because of the buy. I am Chef with 18, Organ Greasers with 9, and Eating a Sub with 3.
Yeah, so every team's going to play 6 games. There's a couple of teams there that have started 0-2, so they're probably going to have to win out from here. Although four of the teams make playoffs, 4 of 7. So, but still, starting 0-2, you're probably going to have to win out. You probably want a 4-2 season, or if you do get a 3-3 season, you're going to need a lot of points in your wins. So yeah, so the teams that have Sunbird Shakers is the one team that started 2-0. There's a couple of teams that have started 1-0 with a bye, but those 5 teams at the top are all sort of looking like they're trying to fight it out for 4 spots at the moment. But there's still a long way to go. Um,
Yeah, knowing Wild, unfortunately, the table tells a story, but never you are never going to guess the end.
Mm.
Because I've seen teams going from seventh place to second, securing playoffs. Like
yeah,
What happened
it
with
goes.
our team last season? Because we had
last
a little bit of
season
a change.
last season it came down to the final day, and any one of 3 teams could have missed playoffs. And like I remember, my team
That's
Yeah,
was
right.
my team was the one that missed playoffs, and we lost our last 2 matches, and I think we only needed like 1 or 2 points from those matches, and we lost both of them. Um,
yeah. So
we just needed to win one of
I,
those
I
two.
I do remember last season. So it was we secured the first 2 weeks. Then we proceeded to lose the next 2 weeks. So we were going to miss playoffs. I believe we were 1 point away. Uh, I believe you nuts were
Mm.
subbed by Sunday,
Yes, that's
by
right.
Morgan,
Hmm.
and she got us the 1 point that we needed. I believe that although she
Shout out
lost, it
Morgan.
was
That's right.
3-1, and that 1 point put us over, although we were even because we had won the prior week. So yeah,
Mm.
we just barely scammed through, and then we won the finals.
Yeah. All right. So yeah. Two weeks in, we've still got a few weeks to go. Um, yeah. Across all series, I think every series is seven. Maybe there's some that are playing 8 weeks, but yeah, still a long way to go. All right, we've got a checkout question for this week. I'll go back
Mhm.
to the not that one. Go back to that one screen. We're not there yet. Checkout question for the week is League of Evil or League of Explorers. All right. We haven't had an expansion for a little while. With we have had some expansions with League of Evil and League of Explorers in there. Haven't had one for a little while, which is means there's probably another one coming up soon. But which camp are we in? Nubs and Tom. I'll start with you, Tom. Are you a League of Evil or are you a League of Explorers person?
I'm a League of Explorers, and the reason being is I enjoy more the um, theme they usually bring, as well as the Indiana Jones esque schemes we've seen before.
Yes.
I don't know. I like the I'm a lasso kind of guy, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I don't like Reno Lone Ranger. That card can like go do that elsewhere. That's thematically awesome. Gameplay wise, I hate it, but I like the thing. So I must say I like the and I like the singleton idea, which League of Evil doesn't usually do.
yeah, yeah. The Highlander singleton
Yeah,
way to play. What about you, Nubs?
Definitely a League of Explorers gal. I am a big fan of the Golden Monkey, and obviously Reno with the Indiana Jones theme as well. But definitely the Golden Monkey and Elise and just everything sort of tied into that. And we always have to appreciate sort of Finley and Bran. Just yeah, I think it was one of my first and favorite heroics as well with the League of Explorers. So definitely sticking with that over the League of Evil.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm probably the same. I like a lot of the cards out of the League of Explorers. I think we probably need
Mm.
another League of Evil sort of expansion to come up because a lot of those cards that came out with that we had Reform and we had what was the priest one, Madame Lazul. Like a lot of the cards that came out in that League of Evil were a bit underwhelming. I think that's sort of
Mm.
been a bit disappointing, especially that Madame Lazul card. But yeah, well, it's always a lot of fun when they have these kind of things popping up, and these are ones that tend to return. So yeah,
Yeah.
looking forward to the next time that these come up. All right, just a couple of things to go through before we log out for the day or evening. If you want to have your match streamed, we have match shows on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So pop a message in the THL Discord stream match requests channel, and Saku Wild Nine will get back to you. We'll see if we can get your match played on stream. We always like to have matches played on stream. We've had some really good ones, especially duos. Um, the duos matches that have been played on, we get to hear the teams talking about their matches they're playing them. So if you do think you want to play on stream, or if you've scheduled your time at a time where their stream can be on Friday, Saturday, Sunday evenings, Eastern, yeah, just pop it in there. Doesn't matter if you win or lose, it's a lot of fun playing on stream either way. Sidebar, as I mentioned last week, it's not going to run at the same time each week. I'm going to run it when I've got time to be able to do it at a sort of a regular or a decent hour for everyone that's listening on the other side of the planet from where I am. Um, but yeah, I'll put an announcement out to say when it's going to be and let you all know what time to tune in. Did you have anything you wanted to say, Nubs, before we leave tonight? Any final comments?
Um, yeah, I more so just DM us for music music records if anyone actually wants. But yeah, no, thanks for having me, Bone Masher, and hopefully we're back again next week as well. Yeah.
Indeed. And you, Tom? Any final comments?
I'm no, I just think that yeah, I got put on the spot on what music do you listen to, and
Right, it caught me off guard too.
yeah, I don't know. But I yeah, I don't think that I'll be posting many links. My playlist is all over the place. Like I can share a couple singles, but that's it.
Yeah, no, that's all right.
Fair
Yeah,
enough.
if you music any music requests, just DM Nubs. She'll
DM
she's
nubs.
she's got lots of music recommendations. She's
Oh,
happy
that
to
I
help.
know, that I know.
All right, thank you both for being on the show. If you would like to be a co-host on the show, we'll be looking for people to be on the show. Given that it's going to be at different times, people might not be available. So I will be posting when the next show is, and if you can make it, if you want to be on the show, just send me a message, and I'll see if I can get different people on as well.
Yeah, that's the fun part because it is. We were discussing this off mic. It is now 9 p.m. for me, but not for you guys.
Yeah, it's 11 a.m. for Nubs, and it's 9 a.m. for me from when we started
Mm.
the show. So
So yeah, it doesn't matter what time it is. THL is around the globe, and things can be, even if you think you're late or early, it may work for you. So yeah, hit Bomba Short up, and you may co-host.
yeah. All right. So from me, have a good week in THL. Hopefully, you can get a win and your team wins this week. But most importantly, get out there, play some cards, and have a lot of fun. Until next time, that's Sidebar out.